I already know that the mere fact of me posting this video is going to cause problems. However, I do not care because for the past several years on social media, I've bit my tongue over literally everything out of fear of somebody coming for me, out of fear of someone attacking me, because I have learned over my tenure here in the drama community, the commentary community, if you will, if you have an opinion that people don't like, they're going to drag you for it. You know what? I'm tired of hiding how I actually feel. I'm tired of putting other people's feelings before mine because I feel a certain way about things that are going on. And you know what? I'm tired of being made the bad guy. So in this video, I'm going to cover a lot. I'm going to be talking about Trisha Paytas as well as Oscar and some things from Trisha Paytas' past. The reason why I have not engaged with Trisha for quite some time now, I think you're going to be really shocked as to the reasoning why I decided to do that. But if you are here for that, stay tuned to this video. Now, if you followed me for any amount of time, you would know that I have posted many videos about Trisha Paytas here on my channel. I used to be really obsessed with Trisha Paytas' content. I loved her Target hauls. I loved the beach house vlogs. I loved all of that. I was very into Trisha Paytas because I've watched Trisha Paytas basically since she started her YouTube channel. Now, keep in mind, when I found Trisha Paytas, I was not a happy person. I was not in a good relationship. So in my free time before I had my YouTube channel, guess what I did? I used to watch YouTube videos, and guess who I used to watch? Trisha Paytas. It was a form of escapism for me. When I would tune into Trisha Paytas' videos, it would give me an escape from all the bullshit that was going on in my personal life, all the hell that I was going through, the horrible relationship that I was in, everything that I had going on in my life financially, everything I had going on in my life at my job. I got to check out of my life for 20 to 30 minutes every time that Trisha Paytas would upload a video. Now, with that said, of course, Trisha Paytas does have a very problematic past, and I have been very vocal in my time here on YouTube making videos about Trisha Paytas. Now, at the time that I'm recording this video, I have 785 videos that are live. That is not every single video that I've ever made, but that is the library of videos that you will get when you go to my channel. And I happen to think that that is a lot. That is a lot of time, right? Well, I am often called out with people saying that I never addressed Trisha Paytas or any of the things that she's done, her problematic past. And that is honestly just one of the biggest possible lies there ever could be, because out of those 785 videos that are on my channel, I have 78 videos, I believe, that are dedicated to Trisha Paytas. And some of those videos have literally millions of views. And you're probably like, Dustin, why are you bringing that up? Why are you bringing that up? Well, if you listen to what I just said, people say that I never call out Trisha Paytas. So if you look at that 785 videos and you see that I have 78 videos live on my channel right now about Trisha Paytas, that would mean that 10% of all of the videos that are live on my channel now are about Trisha Paytas. Let that sink in. Now, you're probably like, Dustin, why are you bringing this up? And I will tell you why. It's because for years and years and years here on social media, if I do something, if Nick does something, if Paige does something, we are all held to a very unobtainable standard within the community that we've helped create. People say, oh, you shouldn't hang out with this person. That person's a fake friend. You shouldn't befriend them. You shouldn't talk to them. People always label us the bad guy. And this all began with a smear campaign that was launched by Here for the Tea, Sam, January 24, 2021. Sam goes on Tea Times Live and demands my AdSense receipts to prove what I made for the month of May during Dramageddon, saying that I made money off of James's back because of the lies and allegations that Jeffree Star made up that almost pushed James Charles to unaliving himself. And I'm really sorry that I have to subject you guys to these losers, but it's pertinent to the story, so try to stomach this as long as you can.
There comes a time where we have to say things loudly and clearly, and the truth of the matter is that group of individuals was very much so enticed by the sort of, we'll call it the Jeffree Star incentive program, right? To write favorable, to, you know, sort of sway the narrative, right? And I think that is backed up, you know, at some point, Ashley Kyle came out and said, no, this thing was definitely happening, if not directly, then indirectly. And it's
Can we talk about that for a second?
Yes.
To just put it in perspective for you and just how sweet this pot was.
Yeah.
Just how fucking sweet. Sorry, I keep swearing. How sweet this pot
We're in
was.
some trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually was the smallest channel at the time. Okay. If you look at everybody else's number, I mean, 40,000 was nothing compared to what everybody else was making. Okay. So you have that, right? You have that. And let them challenge me. Prove it. Show me your numbers, okay?
Right.
Don't tell me that you didn't make way more than Ashley. If you didn't, show me your numbers. And you won't, because I'm not, I'm not lying. So anyway, if you figure Ashley was the smallest channel and she was making that, right? I think she was getting the least number of views probably at the time compared to all the others. Now, when you think of if you think of Nick and Dustin, and then if you think of the size of T-Spill's channel,
right?
Think about how much they must have been making. Okay. Plus, they were getting the shout outs from Jeffrey and the retweets and the promotion and they were basically stamped as Jeffree Star approved channels. Right? To Jeffrey's mess. Prove it, Dustin. Prove it. Send me your AdSense receipt right now. Prove it.
Look, Dustin, you're so cute. Like, you couldn't hold out. We were, in the middle of having a completely respectable interview. I was just loving the way this is going. So, Dustin, let's do this. Instead of starting a fight, let's do this. If you want to talk, if you would like to, come up and have a conversation, Sam has taught us how to do this. We'll schedule some time with you. But for now, we're going to let Sam have her moment. Go ahead, Sam.
I made significantly less than Ashley. What? You made 20,000? Okay. And
right.
25,000 and
these people even tried to silence me and would not allow me to speak and defend myself when I was in this chat. But the gag about the situation is we have people like Spill Sesh that literally just came out in a face reveal with Manny MUA.
Not Morgan Adams. It's actually Christy. That's been Spilly. And I'm here with Manny MUA.
Hi, guys.
We have Sam that was also friends with Manny MUA. We have Rich Lux, who was friends with Jeffree Star openly and on his live streams every single fucking day.
Finally!
Hi! Oh my gosh!
Oh, we're about to break the internet, baby.
We have people like Sloan that is friends with Spill Sesh, and they're friends with Manny together. And you guys, I don't even want to get into that, what I witnessed and the messages that were exchanged between Spill Sesh and Manny, because I can tell you right now, they are not just acquaintances. I don't know about you, but I don't go around asking to fuck my acquaintances. But what I'm really trying to get at here is the fact that everybody else can have all these relationships with people outside of them reporting on them. But when it comes to me and me simply just watching Trisha Paytas' content and not even engaging with her privately, it's a problem. And I'm not sitting here trying to make excuses for Trisha, but what I will say is over the time that I have watched Trisha, she is a very different person from the person that I started watching versus who she is now as a mother. And side note, since I checked out from watching Trisha Paytas' content, I didn't even know that she was pregnant with her second baby, Elvis, until Nick told me. Basically, to make a real long story short, I stuck a whole bag of jelly beans up my asshole.
To make a long fucking story short, I put a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass.
No, really, the short of the long story is I'm so sick of people trying to dictate to me what type of content I should watch, who I should engage with, and what I should do with my social media platform. I get it. There are things that need to be talked about. However, I think in the grand scheme of things, I have talked about things that are important. I have talked about things that impact other people. I have talked about things that are important for the masses to know, especially in regards to Trisha Paytas. So it really, truly angers me to my core when there's people out here being so hypocritical, because if I were to do these same things, people would be outraged. I would be getting hate comments. I would be getting hate tweets. I would be getting a mass amount of hate for merely doing the same things that other people are doing with their social media platforms that do the same thing that I do with this channel. So to the Keep the Same Energy crew, you can all kiss my ass. If I want to watch Trisha Paytas, I'm going to fucking watch Trisha Paytas. And you know what? I didn't even watch her podcast. I haven't been watching any of her content maybe for the past 2 months. I stopped following her on Twitter, but I actually just refollowed her right now. Now, there is something else that I want to talk about in this video. Now, Oscar and Trisha were talking about Nick and I. Trisha was very complimentary. You guys know that I met Trisha several years ago, and she was very kind, polite. She was a very nice person to hang out with. But her and Oscar got on the topic of drama channels, and Trisha was very complimentary of me. She was very complimentary of Nick as well. And Oscar got to the point where he said that he had had no qualms with drama channels, and they called out a drama channel that apparently put him in a thumbnail. Now, I don't know who that is. I don't know who they're referring to, but I did want to bring it up that Oscar has me blocked on Twitter. I'm not entirely sure as to why, because I have never interacted with this person. I could not pick this person out of a lineup, probably still to this day, even after watching a podcast with his face in it. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but what I do know is that Oscar frequently shouts out Spill Sesh, and I know that Oscar follows Spill Sesh, and they've talked about having Spill Sesh on the podcast. Now, I want to ask a question here. Now, if you take Spill Sesh out of that equation, and you were to put me in that equation, how do you think people would react? How would you as a viewer gauge that? Because if it's not good for one person, it shouldn't be good for the other people in the same community. And I'm not saying that Spill Sesh shouldn't do this podcast. She may, she might, I don't know. Honestly, I truly don't care. The point that I'm trying to make here is there was a smear campaign that was started by Sam here for the tea all of these years ago that still follows me to this day. It doesn't matter what I talk about. It doesn't matter whose feet I tried to hold to the fire. If I like them or not, I'm always going to be the bad person. So you know what? I'm going to do what I want to fucking do. I'm not going to let this campaign that was started by someone that is no longer here have this much control in my life anymore. I would like to think that I have good sound judgment, and I would like to think that I have displayed that I can be very balanced in my reporting regardless if I follow a person or if I don't. And I basically just wanted to set the record straight that I'm going to do what the fuck I want to from here on out. And if you don't like that, you don't have to make a departure announcement. This is not an airport. Basically, if you hadn't got anything I've said up until this part of this video, I am going to do what I want, when I want, how I want, and you can have a problem with it. And if I do something wrong, absolutely, please call me out. But if you're going to call me out, please call out everyone that is doing and partaking in the same activities, and stop making unobtainable standards for the people that you follow on social media. Now, since I watched Trisha's podcast, it was pretty good. I was entertained. I did want to talk about this intro because this intro that Trisha has put together is actually really, really, really cute. It's on brand. It reminds me of like an early 2000s reality TV show. It's very much that. So I wanted to congratulate Trisha on that because I think that aesthetic is actually awesome. It fits her perfectly. I also wanted to congratulate Trisha on baby Elvis. I did not even know, like I said earlier in this video, that she was pregnant because I stopped following her because I allowed people to get in my fucking head. And I'm just not doing that anymore. Now, there is a part of this that I've been debating, going back and forth about talking about. It's here in my notes. And I want to say this. I have always been the channel on YouTube that has been the little engine that could. I've never had anyone help me with my channel. I've never begged people to follow me. I've never begged people to subscribe. I never even thought that my channel would get to 10,000 subscribers. At one point in time, I said when my channel got to 10,000 subscribers, I would get lip fillers. I never got the lip fillers. I never thought that that would even be a possibility. But my goal here on YouTube was to always share my opinion. I wanted to help other people. I love helping people. If you guys ever see me in the comments responding to people about like equipment and editing and things like that, that's what I love to do. I've always wanted to network. I've always wanted to help people. So several months ago, I had reached out to Trisha and I was like, hey, I love your podcast. This was right after it debuted. And I was like, I would love to work on this with you. I think that this would be an amazing opportunity. I think that I could really help you since you're getting into the podcast realm and you're talking about drama and things like that. I think that I could be a good asset for you. And I think that I could really help you kick it up a notch. And Trisha reached back out to me and she was like, yeah, I think that would be great. You guys make great videos. You and Nick do great editing. And we kind of left it at that. And then I kind of felt really guilty about it because I felt like conflicted because I talk about Trisha openly and I feel like I'm very balanced in that. But then there was a part of me that second guessed doing that because I felt like a part of my integrity had been compromised. The reality of the situation is I have always been very balanced with Trisha. I have always called Trisha out on things that I knew or deemed to be wrong, but I couldn't get past this. And it made me feel really, 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 really bad. And it made me think about what makes me happy, what I want to do with my social media platforms. And it made me realize that if I continue to give a shit about every single person that has a negative opinion about what I do, I will never be happy. And I just do not want to do that anymore. The one thing that kind of really makes me sad about this is I never followed up after Trisha showed interest. And the whole thing that I've wanted to do with my YouTube channel was to network and like possibly collab with people. I remember back in the day when collabs were a big thing. I've always wanted to do that. And I've never really had the proper chance to do that type of thing. But then I see people out here like Spill Sesh that are kissing Manny's ass. And then I see people like Rich on his live streams every single day with Jeffrey. And I'm like, is that not a conflict of interest for them as well? Why is it acceptable for them but not acceptable for me? And that's when I finally got sick of it, and that's when I decided to make this video. But you guys are gonna have to let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I did want to let you know I'm currently on Cameo. I used to do it years and years and years ago. Peter Mom was telling me about it, and he said that I should bring it back, so I brought it back. If you want me to give you a happy birthday shout out, or if you'd like me to cuss out your cousin, I will do that too. I will link that in the description box down below. If you guys made it this far in this video, leave me a green heart emoji today because I'm feeling loving. But aside from all of that, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.